South Korea will swear in its new president on Monday, just days after he was cleared of corruption allegations. Myung-Bak has promised to revive the country's economy and take a tougher stance on North Korea. Marga Ortigas reports now from Seoul on what South Koreans are expecting from their new leader.
Celebrating new beginnings. At this traditional lunar festival, a shaman leads South Koreans praying for the spirits to cast away evil and bless them. At the Christian Church of Love, volunteers care for the elderly by helping them with grooming to reaffirm their sense of self. There is excitement here about the coming inauguration of a new president, Seoul's former mayor, Myung-Bak, a successful businessman and a Christian like them. This woman says Myung-Bak is just what the country needs, a religious man answerable to God who will surely work for the betterment of others. Prayers are sent up to the heavens as well at this Buddhist temple. It's the festival of rebirth. They're the largest religious group here, and they're not too concerned about the new Christian president. He has promised them all progress. To take the country from the 11th strongest economy in the world to the 7th, to spread the wealth more evenly. It's the reason Myung-Bak won by a landslide.
Korean people expect the President Lee will show the same vision and leadership to turn around the Korean economy. Yeah.
As he did
as he did in business.
Known as the bulldozer, Myung-Bak rose from poverty to become the head of one of the largest Korean conglomerates. As mayor of the capital city, he regenerated and rebuilt. Behind the white panel is what remains of Namdaemun, South Korea's South Gate. For over 600 years, a symbol of the country itself. 2 weeks ago, it burned down, and many here see that as a bad omen. From the ashes of the old, Myung-Bak hopes to bring in the new. But even before taking office, Lee's already had troubles. The pragmatic man, seen as the nation's great hope, has dropped in popularity. His plans to streamline the government have met with much criticism. And he's just recently been cleared of allegations of corrupt practices while head of an investment fund.
They are not immune from public criticism, and they have been very arrogant. They said whatever they had in mind, just let it out. And I think it backfired badly.
But many South Koreans are in tune with their president-elect on North Korea. Unlike his predecessors, Lee plans to take a tougher line on their communist neighbor. This should also strengthen ties with the United States. For most here who feel their country has always just been teetering on the brink of greatness, there is hope that Lee can take them to new heights, despite all the recent omens. It is, after all, a time for new beginnings. Marga Ortigas, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
All right, let's get some analysis now. Our correspondent Marga Ortigas joins us live from Seoul. Marga, Myung-Bak seems to be depicted as this hardline character that's going to bring in sweeping change domestically and on the foreign policy front. But is he really going to change that much?
It looks like it, at least. The thing with Myung-Bak is he's a guy who really didn't even pause for breath right after winning elections. He went straight into action. One of the things that got him into trouble here locally was the fact that he immediately announced plans of streamlining the government, which means he wanted to cut down the 18 ministries to 13. And one of the ministries he wanted to do away with was actually the Ministry of Unification. Now, this sent a bad signal, or rather quite a negative signal to the North Koreans and many other Koreans here in the South who are trying to maintain amicable relations with the North. What he wanted to do was put the Ministry of Unification and merge it with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which would have meant that they would have treated their North Korean neighbors as almost a separate country, which many Koreans here saw as a no-no, really. So there was a lot of wrangling between Myung-Bak and his transitional committee and the current National Assembly, but at the end of the day, last minute, they passed it. They're streamlining the government, but they are letting the Ministry of Unification stay. So Myung-Bak, they are having to make concessions already. His popularity has already dropped. Because on top of that, he has also said he does intend to strengthen ties with the United States, not just for security reasons, but also for trade. Now, his main policy here is economic regrowth, and he believes the United States will be a very, very strong ally and partner in that.
All right, Al Jazeera's Marga Ortigas live in Seoul. Thanks very much for that.